Look, guys, he's finally showing the gadget deck that everybody wanted. There she blows. The gadget deck that you've all been waiting to see. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on Tales of the Gadget by one of the OG gadget players. So, first thing I want to say about this list was this was completely theorioed together by some of the characteristics I've been noticing in the format. Now, with this all being said, is this going to be absolutely crazy tier 1? No. Can it compete with Virtual World and the other BS called Drytron? Oddly enough, yes. Yes, I can. So, the interesting thing about this is we are one of the best rank 4 toolbox decks. I mean, that kind of exists, alright? Like, we do operate on 2 card combos, which is kind of sad to say. I mean, Gold Gadget plus Red Gadget is going to get you combo. Downside is you only have 6 essential starters in your deck, which are Gold Gadget and Silver Gadget, and then you're going to need an Extender Tooth in the deck. So, that's one downside to this whole thing, is you're going to need that combination to go. Now, I did pull some older gadget theory in construction for this deck, and the main point of doing that was we're going to have to hide behind a trap board. The trap board actually makes this deck tolerable, outside of the fact that, you know, we are literally Zeus Turbo to the frickin' moon, alright? So, I'm going to explain a couple things here, why I put some card choices in here, why the extra deck is designed the way it is, filler spots, and things like that. So bear with me here. So, we are playing the One Ally of Justice Psycho Reader. So this is quite interesting. So, I actually have been leaning towards wanting to cut the one Ghost Bell and go with the second copy of Psycho Reader. Psycho Reader's in a very unique spot in this deck. So Mr. Girgagan X down here says, detach material, add 1 level 4 lower machine monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Now, this bad boy can actually be searched. Now, the reason why I was debating on playing 2 of these over like the Ghost Bell was, if you draw the Ghost Bell, you can play it in certain matchups. Psycho Reader, you're only going to get like one multi-purposing functionality for it. Good news is, with the solid 1 of, you can continuously recur it back. This actually puts a hamper on the problem that our good friends Mr. Drytron are going to have to deal with. So, it's interesting because it's completely searchable in our deck. And to top things off, like if we're going second, we open up like Gold plus Gadget, we can make the Gear Gigant, you know, detached search for the Psycho Reader, and then we can push through and then make Zeus, and we still accomplished exactly what we wanted, and we got access to a Psycho Reader somewhere along the way. So it is a resource generation unit, which is kind of good. We have triple copies of Ash Blossom, subject to change. It is completely up to you with whatever hand trap that you want to do. You're not going to get as high of impact with Gamma or something in this deck. Now, we also have triple copies of Droll and Lockbird here. This is very high impact right now in this format. You drop this on your opponent, you should be walking away probably victorious, or at least long enough to get the game back to your turn, depending on the matchup you're playing against. I definitely do like that, alright? This whole purpose here is to get the game back to your turn. I already said my piece on Ghost Bell. We have triple copies of Gold Gadget and triple copies of Silver Gadget. Now, before you're like, well, I could play 2 of them. No. These cards are the best cards in your deck. I never thought I would say the day, because they float down if they're destroyed via battle or card effect, alright? Literally tag down into any of these guys, which gets you back to the turn. The unfortunate downside is red, green, and yellow are a little bit bricky, alright? I really wish I could be more honest with these guys. They're not as powerful as they once was, but they still do progressively push the game in combination with gold and silver. Alright? Now, double or nothing. So, with us being a rank 4 toolbox here, we get access to Zodiac, we get access to Gear Gigant packages. We can do a lot of stuff. So, by putting the double or nothing package into the deck, we effectively get access to a whole nother paradigm of OTK potential here. Remember, 2 gadgets can equal death to an opponent, alright? So, having access to this as a 1 of in the deck is a very good thing, alright? If you draw it, well, that's just bad luck. There's nothing you can do about that. I really wish I could be like, oh yeah, like this card is so good, you draw it. There's nothing you can do about it. We also have triple copies of Forbidden Droplet. You're going to need this to break through the ridiculous boards that your opponents can put up. Alright, being able to play the game is going to have to be your game plan, and unfortunately, some of these boards right now are really busted, alright? Now, we're also playing triple copies of the new Pot of Prosperity. So banish 3 or 6 of your choice from your extra deck face down. Your choice, alright? You have so many cards in your extra deck that you can part with depending on the matchup, depending on the combo line. It really depends. Now, the downside is I do have 2 copies of Extrav in here, and I can already tell you the player's going to be looking at this going, 2 Extrav, 3 Prosperity? Like, Rob, your extra deck isn't designed to handle an Extrav. Yes and no. You can handle a banish 3 to 6 on an Extrav, depending on what pieces you hit. The Zeus and the Girgagan are going to be your main combo pieces. Whatever else is hit along the way besides that is collateral damage, alright? So you can still play perfectly without it. You're just going to have to rely a little bit more on a clutch Zeus or something along the way. Now, we do have triple copies of Ice Dragon's Prison in the deck. This card has been operating so well in the format. This card's going to give us access to beat troublesome, annoying cards like Dragoon. We'll be able to mess with the opponent's graveyard. We can also take threats from the opponent's graveyard and produce them back on the field to punish the opponent. Alright, that's where our real value is going to be in this card, is the defensive measures it's going to give us against the metagame. Now, this card. We have triple copies of Solemn J-Man. So this is a classic. We are, once again, going to be producing a boss monster and then hiding behind our backer, all right? I really wish I could be like, oh yeah, like we can do 9,000 other cool things. Unfortunately, no, we don't get to. We also have triple copies of Solemn Steve Reich in the main deck. This card is bonkers right now, man. Like, this card alone is going to hard win you games, all right? You strike the correct thing, you're walking away. Now, I am playing triple copies of Torrential Tribute. I have a feeling a couple of you are looking at this going, Robbie, really? Look, man, if everything else in the format was playing this at one point in time, I kind of feel like revisiting Torrential in Gadgets is worth it, because this card really did put this deck on the map at certain points in time, alright? So if you open up a really bad, say you open up just like a red or yellow or something like that, Torrential should get the game back to your turn. If your opponent's got back row removal, well, there's nothing you can do about it. Now, spicy stuff. 2 gadgets, 2 of them things. Make Chalkanine, which can make a Trident, to pop, which can make a Borbo, to attack the opponent directly. Alright? Now think about that. Alright? That's a lot of material for Zeus, man. Now, Time Thief Redoer is just completely a filler spot. Akana was telling me I might want to lean towards like Platinum Gadget, but I don't think Platinum does anything in here. There's also, like, we were talking about Bujinki Arashima, the Link monster, to put another body on the field. That was up in the air. I was considering that. Not quite sure, though. I like the idea of it. Now, Utopia packages. We get base Utopia, Mr. Utopia double, and of course Utopia the Lightning. I mean, we have room for the Lightning. May as well play it, and I don't need anything else. We have triple copies of the Mr. Girgagan X, and since we're a level 4 toolbox deck, I said, screw it, man. I just put Gallant Grand in here. I'm like, we got room for it. Like, I could search. I can search for Nibiru. All right, free real estate, baby. All right, so good. We also have access to the one Mr. Vespinato, and then we also have triple copies of Zeus. This card is so freaking good, man. Like, this card does a lot of work. Side deck here, we have 2 more Cycle Readers. I'm very aggressive for this matchup. Like, you will single-handedly lose in bad matchups like this. Triple copies of Space Rock, you know what this is for, alright? Triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone for Eldritch. 1 Feather Duster for Eldritch. Triple copies of Lightning Storm. And triple copies of Infinite Impermanence, wrapping up this list. Your Eldritch matchup isn't great, I'm going to be honest with you. You can handle VW to a degree, and you can have no problem handling whatever else Drytron is throwing at you, but you can get really spicy and play Cyber Dragons against the deck and Contact out. It's it's a whole weird conundrum that you can do against Drytron. But yeah, this is my current list for gadgets. So what do you guys think? Please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I know I'm already going to get comments. It's like, oh, you should play Cyberstein. You should do all this, do that. No. This is where we're starting right now. All right. So got to keep it fresh. I do like the concept. I'll be working on this a little bit more over time. I'm just happy that this is functional. All right. I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on more excellent content. Peace out, guys. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCall40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCall40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcallgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.